Like Monica said, my name is Megan Garvey. I'm service faculty in the Center for Teaching and Learning, so do a lot of academic consultation at the college, and I'm thrilled to work with early college programs. My heart is right here with all of you, just really hoping to bring early college opportunities to your students so that we can get onboarded to college a little bit earlier and gain momentum towards completion of a degree. So I'm going to share my screen and we should be good. Monica, you can see everything? Okay. I think, oh, good. Are you recording? Wonderful. Okay, I was going to say, I don't have recording access as co-host, so that's perfect. Thank you for doing that. All right, let's get rolling here. So the early college program was developed. We developed this program over about a 2-year period. It was a group of folks from Mesa Community College and then a team from Mesa Public Schools. And the goal is to increase the college going and completion rates of MPS students with a signature program at the MCC Red Mountain campus. So Mesa Community College, our main campus is at Southern and Dobson. Our East campus is McKellips and the 202-ish, right around there, or Power. So the idea was to build a program for that campus and to move students from early college to completion. Here are some of the features, and I'm going to give you a lot of information when I go through this. So if you don't have something already, you might want to grab something to take down notes. So the program features, this is a concurrent enrollment program. So concurrent enrollment classes are classes that high school students take, and they're usually taught on the college campus. They're taught by college faculty. And they can be, concurrent enrollment can be a cohort of all high school students, or really any student at any time can enroll into college classes and they would be concurrently enrolled in the college. What's unique about this program is we have an agreement with Mesa Public Schools that the courses that students take for the Early College Academy are applied back to the high school transcript. That doesn't always happen with concurrent enrollment classes. So that's one great thing about the program, is that we already have that agreement with the classes. The courses that we've selected fulfill your high school graduation requirements, and they fill requirements towards Maricopa degrees. Maricopa has 9 fields of interest, many degrees that we offer, and we've selected courses that are applied broadly across pathways, so that whichever field you decide to go into, these courses would apply towards your graduation requirements, your degree requirements. In regard to funding, there's also some perks of this program. So concurrent enrollment students in this program who are eligible will be offered the Maricopa grant. So eligibility is based on economic status, and there's a particular eligibility for that grant. Students that qualify for that grant, their full tuition is covered. Mesa Public Schools has been tremendous in this partnership, and they, in addition, so for the students that do not qualify for the Maricopa grants, Mesa Public Schools offsets the cost of your tuition. So at Mesa, the cost of tuition is roughly, Monica, 85 or 87 per credit, right?
Currently at 85.
$85 per credit. So in the ECA program, students that don't qualify for the Maricopa grants, they only pay $35 per credit. So Mesa Public Schools is offsetting your tuition cost. Also, during a typical academic year, MPS provides transportation for students to participate in the program. So what this is we're going into our 3rd year of the Early College Academy. Year 1, the program was offered at the Red Mountain campus. Students they go to the high school, however you usually get there. You walk to school, parents take a bus, and instead of going to class at the high school, you get on another bus, and that bus transports them to the Red Mountain campus. Students are on the campus to take classes, and then they are returned to their high school campus for 3rd period. So they are away for 2 periods a day in the morning. Because of the pandemic, Mesa Community College has moved to a mostly remote learning modality right now. And for the fall semester, we are on track to have about 40% of our in-person classes return to campus. Unfortunately, the first semester, the fall semester, we can't host the Early College Academy classes on the campus, so they will be scheduled as live online classes. The plan is to return the Early College Academy students to the Red Mountain campus for the spring semester. So this means, students, if you're on the call with us, that the fall semester is live online, which means your classes are scheduled 8:30 to 9:45 in the morning. And during that time, you log into WebEx, just like Mesa Public Schools, we use WebEx and Canvas. So you log into WebEx and you are engaged and participating in class. And then at 9:45, class ends, and then you would have some homework or your assignments to do online for that portion of the class. Students can, because you're taking the college classes for the first 2 periods, whatever works for your family, you can stay home and take those classes during the fall semester for those first 2 hours, or you can still go to high school. You can go to the school in the morning when school starts, and the high school will provide a space for you to work on your classes for those first 2 periods. Another thing about the program is the courses. So you're taking college courses Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays we do integrated support services. So students are still expected to be online at 8:30 on Fridays, and they meet with Celeste or they meet with other folks on the college campus who provide tutoring services, college workshops, a little bit of integration with student life. So that's what happens on Fridays. It's also an opportunity for the students who are returning students or juniors and seniors in the program to mentor the younger students or the new students in the program. Another thing about this is that we use Canvas for all of the courses, so there's a standardization in the course design. And then also we've made a commitment that all of the courses would be offered with no textbook cost, or at the most under $40. That's again really significant. Parents, when you're thinking about college planning, textbooks can cost upwards of $100, $200 per course. And in this program, you're not paying for the textbooks. So let's talk about the courses. I'm going to talk about the courses that you take, and then I'm going to take a break so that I can answer any questions that might be stirring right now. So this is what the program looks like for you if you're trying to envision how does this work for 4 years for high school graduation. So we know to graduate high school, you need 24 credits. And so what it looks like is freshman year is not part of the Early College Academy. Sophomore year, you earn your 4 credits on the high school campus, and then you take 2 classes at the, you take actually 4 classes at the community college. Those classes give you your 2 credits needed for high school graduation, and you earn 12 college credits. That's what it looks like for junior year. And then senior year, you're still earning the 2 credits that are applied back to your high school transcript, but we're doing a lab science course, so the credit count comes down to 10 for the college credits that you're earning. So the courses that you're taking, this is what it looks like. For current freshmen, my 9th graders who are here right now, for your sophomore year for next year, in the fall semester, you take Intro to Computer Information Systems. And that's applied to your high school transcript as a fine or practical art. And then you also take a mindfulness for stress management class. And that is applied as your PE credit, a 0.5 PE credit. If you've already finished PE, you can just apply it as an elective credit. This is an excellent course. It's been highly successful this year. We piloted this year with the cohort, and it really is part of the culture of that Red Mountain campus. In the spring semester, you do an Intro to Human Communication. This is an outstanding course for high school students to take. It's going to prepare you for lots of academic success. And then you take an Introduction to Sociology class. Both of those courses are elective credits at the high school. For students who are 10th graders this year, 10th graders this year, You would enter the ECA as a junior. You can enter the program at any year. So current 10th graders would be entering for their junior year. And the courses you're taking is a history class. It's an American history, transfers right to the high school as your half of American history class in the fall. The second course you take in the fall is English 101. That is one of the most important classes in college. It's first year composition. English 101 and 102 are required for every degree that's offered at the college. So you're taking English 101, and that counts as half of your junior English credit. And then in the spring, the second half of your American history, and this is critical reading and thinking, and that applies to the second half of your junior English credit. Then senior year, students are taking English 102, and that counts towards senior English. ENH 255 is a lit class. I think it's contemporary American literature, and that's applied to your senior English credit. And then in the spring, you're taking a lab science course. So we know that you need 3 lab sciences to graduate from high school. So you'll be able to choose either a life science or a physical, depending on what it is that you need. So a little clarification about the courses, the way that they work is in the fall. So you can see you're taking these 2 courses each semester. So you would take one class on Monday, Wednesdays, and then the other classes on Tuesday, Thursdays. And Friday, remember, you're signing in for the academic support. That's the way that we lay these out in the college. So how about if I take a deep breath and give you a minute to ask questions if anything has come up. You can chat them or you can ask questions.
I was just wondering on the 10th grade year,
Uh-huh.
what about if the PE part of it, what if they are doing a sport already and so they
Yeah,
can't
if
have a
they've
second
already,
PE?
yep, if they've already earned that credit, then it's applied as an elective credit.
No,
So
but what if they're going to be doing it already that year, like they're running track every year? So how that would be 2 PE classes.
so they would be fulfilling their PE requirement at the high school with that sport. And then this SWU 250 class would count as an elective for high school graduation.
And okay, I guess I'm just, if they don't need another elective, I'm just trying to figure out how my son would fit all the things into his schedule because he has seminary and then track. And
Yeah.
so how could he really couldn't fit that in.
So it's really important students in ECA work with their counselor on the campus. So every high school has a designated counselor for the early college academy, and they meet with the students I don't know if they're meeting every semester still, but every year to make sure that this program is working with their high school graduation requirements.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question that says, are the college credits transferable to any in-state college or MCC degree? Yes, everything's transferable in-state. And then in regard to changing the classes, we have had variations in the classes that students have been taking. We've had several students who have really accelerated in the program, and there's a course that they don't need that's part of the program, and so they would take that class just as a regular concurrent enrollment student. So we have been able to make exceptions that way. And which school is the program applying to? I'm not, can you clarify that question? The credits are applying to Mesa Community College and then to your high school. So you're double dipping, right? You're earning your college credit and your high school credit at the same time. And then those courses, the college credit that you're earning is applied towards your college degree, and you can use those then to transfer to a university. If our son starts sophomore year, does he continue? Not required. We would love for students to stay in for 3 years to capture the full advantages of the program, but it's fluid. So students can come in and come out. It has to be at the beginning of the year. Unless a student is failing mid-semester, we highly encourage them to stay through the entire year. And Valencia said, yes. So That's a kind of answer. They are taking college classes every day. Monday through Thursday is the class, Friday's the support. During the fall semester, they're doing it live online. So they would be taking that class, the live portion through WebEx, like we're doing now. And then in the spring semester, when the campus opens up 100%, then the students would be bused to the campus to take their classes in the morning. So the classes are taught by Mesa Community College faculty. Those are the ones who are teaching the classes. And most of the instructors work in our early college programs. So they have background and they have history working with early college high school students. So let me give you a little clarification between some early college programs. There's a distinction between dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment. So your child also has the option to enroll into dual enrollment classes on the high school campus. That is not part of the early college academy, but they are classes that we offer at your high school. Those dual enrollment classes are college classes that are taught during the high school day by high school teachers that are qualified to teach college classes. So I'm going to show you, give you a resource to look at. On our website, mesacc.edu/dual, you can look at the high school partners. And these are all of the classes that are offered on your high school campus. So you'll notice these are probably names of teachers that you know. These are college qualified instructors that teach a high school class for dual enrollment credit. So for example, this teacher does a Bio 160 class. It's the high school human anatomy and physiology class, and the students are earning their 4 credits of Bio 160. So that's what dual enrollment is. You never leave the high school. It's part of your high school schedule. So the difference between these programs is concurrent enrollment. We wanted to develop a program for students to experience college on the college environment in a really sheltered format. So they're in a cohort with wraparound student support. And then also unique to the difference between the program is dual enrollment. Students pay full tuition unless they qualify for the Maricopa grant. Concurrent enrollment through the Early College Academy, students either qualify for the Maricopa grant or Mesa Public Schools pays $50 of every credit. So for ECA, you're only paying $35 for every credit. I hope that clarifies a little bit between taking classes on the high school versus the college campus. Okay, let me go skim through these a little bit more here. Said, if a student's on a sports team which requires them to take a first period, does that make them ineligible for the program? Yeah, you have to come to the early college academy. So you need to participate in ECA the first 2 periods of the day. You're part of the academy. And Lisa, if I mess anything up with that, please clarify. But the ECA is during those first 2 periods of the day. Okay, if my parents were to move and I would have to move high schools, will this opportunity be available? That's a great question. I'm gonna speak my best answer, and that would be if you stayed within Mesa Public Schools and you could still get transportation to the college, I think that we could make an exception that you could stay in the program. We have aspirations to expand this program to the Southern and Dobson campus. We're just not there yet. We probably would have this year if it wasn't with the pandemic, but we just have to slow things down a bit, which is why we're keeping it at Red Mountain only. Parents have the, yeah, Monica, I'm reading your comments. And do the credits transfer to other colleges? They transfer to all state colleges, ASU, NAU, U of A, GCU, the courses will transfer there. If you're going out of state, no matter what you're doing for early college, whether it's AP, dual enrollment, concurrent enrollment, I highly recommend that you meet with your high school counselor and you look at that college's website out of state and make sure the courses transfer. Not all AP classes work. not all dual enrollment, not all concurrent enrollment. Out of state is a different ball game. So you want to be on your game, making sure that those credits are going to transfer to the university. But in regard to our program, all of the courses transfer in-state. Okay, I'm going to jump back into the presentation so I can give you a chunk a little bit more information, and then I'll do some another Q&A. Valencia, so the difference between dual and concurrent enrollment, remember, dual enrollment classes are taught on the high school campus. So for example, Mesa Public Schools offers a class called English Composition 101 and 102. It's taught on almost every high school campus. Your senior year, you have the option to enroll into that. If you have a 2.6 GPA, you can enroll in that and pay for college credit. So you would be paying $85 times 3 plus the 15 registration fee for the fall semester, and you would get your college credit. So that is what dual enrollment is. Concurrent enrollment is you're going to be taking these courses from college instructors on the college campus or in the fall live online. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm going to flip back to the presentation again. Okay, so this is a breakdown again of the tuition savings. This is significant. I've got 3 little kids. I hope they have an opportunity like this when we get to high school. So the traditional cost, if you were to come to the community college, this is the traditional cost, $85 per credit, plus you pay $15 per semester to register, and there's typically textbook fees. So for 34 credits, which is what students earn in this program, it's roughly $3,000. Early College Academy students earning these 34 credits over the 3 years, remember, if they're not eligible for Maricopa grants, they're paying $35 per credit plus the 15. You're not paying anything for textbooks. So we're looking at roughly $1,300 over 3 years. So it says about a $1,700 saving to be participating in the Early College Academy. So let's look at a couple more things. So we're currently recruiting, like we said, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. You can join at any time. So if you're going to be a senior next year, you're welcome to participate as well. Here we have, I'm going to give these to you. These are flyers that you may have received at your school. I'm going to chat this to you so you all have all of these. Well, here we go. You have a link to all of these files. So on here, this is a really nice layout for what it looks like every year. So if you're a sophomore, this is nice and clear. You can hang on to this and review it. So these are the classes that you're taking over the 3 years, how they apply to your high school graduation requirements, and then just a little overview about the program. So that's available for you to look at for whether you're going to be a sophomore, junior, or senior, what the layout looks like for the Early College Academy. So requirements or eligibility to be in the program, you need to have a 2.0 high school GPA. And something to consider is that the MCC courses are not weighted on your high school transcript. So again, depending on what the plan is for your child, if you are shooting for weighted grades, maybe for an out-of-state program, then these courses might not be best for you. So they're applying for credit, but not as a weighted credit. And there is an application process. On the students' end, I'm going to actually show you the application first. So I'm going back to, let's see if I can find it this way. Early college programs, Early College Academy. This is our website for the Early College Academy. Let me chat this one to you. Anything I chat to you, you're going to want to copy it and put it on a Word doc or save it in another tab or browser. So this is, again, a little overview about the program. And then on here is the application. You have 2 options. You can do the paper version of the application. It's pretty reasonable to fill out. So you have the one page that's student information. And then here, students are required to write a personal statement. There's 2 questions that you need to answer. These questions are really important because it helps the folks who are accepting students in the program to know what your interest is to go to college and what this program means to you. And then students are also required to have a teacher recommendation. That's why we start sophomore year. So you would need to have a teacher fill this out and submit this to the early college office. So we have this version, which is a paper version. And then because of COVID, we also have a digital version. So you can apply online. And then all that you would need to do is send your teacher the link to the paper version, and then they could fill out a recommendation. And I would guess Monica may even take an email recommendation if they meet all the criteria that's on that form.
That's correct. And I mean, or they could even scan it and send it to me in an email. But the beauty of it is that in the application, you also have the online application has the link for the
Oh,
recommendation form as well. Right,
that's
right there.
right here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica. So there is a digital teacher recommendation as well that you could just email your teacher this link and say, will you give me a recommendation to be part of this program? Monica, did I miss anything with the application?
I would just like to emphasize on the personal statements. And I will tell you that I've been looking at applications already, and the applications are reviewed by multiple people. We have a team of MCC and MPS that are volunteering to review these applications. And please don't have your students just write one sentence. We really need them to focus on answering those questions and take the time to answer those questions because this is also a practice for them in future applications, whether it's through scholarships or through any application for college. They will have to get used to writing these personal statements or even essays. So we're wanting them to practice and just take the time to fill that out, and also fill everything out in the application as much as you can. Try to not leave anything blank. GPAs are important to add in the application. A lot of students miss out on the GPA. They have to fill that out. If they don't know their GPA, they could always go to their student center and look for their GPA, or reach out to the ECA lead at the high school to ask for that GPA. But those are the things that the reviewers are looking at. So have them fill out absolutely everything.
And I see on here the deadline to submit the application is March 29th. So you would want to do either the paper version or that digital form by March 29th. Okay, so application process. Last thing is our strategies for retention. So students who are on the call, this is a program that you've got to be committed to. So there are some challenges if you fail the college class. You need to know that if you fail the college class, then you're also failing a high school class, which means you would need to make that up through MDLP, which is your high school online platform, or through summer school. And there's usually, well, I don't think there's a cost now, or through summer school. And we don't want you to get in that situation. So really think about this, is this something that you're ready to commit to? And it is a phenomenal opportunity. You are the only 3 high schools in the state of Arizona that has this program. So it is quite an amazing opportunity, but you really need to commit to it. Show up to class at 8:30 in the morning, be ready to go, and then check into Canvas all the time so that you're keeping up on your assignments, and then hopefully building a rapport and a relationship with those instructors so that you can ask questions and clarification and things like this. We also, as part of this program, we follow the Mesa Public School schedule for progress reports. Typically in college, you don't have progress reports. You enroll in the fall and then you get your grade at the end of the semester. But we want to make sure that we are supporting you along the way should there be any challenges. So the college instructors provide progress reports. Those are sent to parents, And then they're also sent to the high school counselors, which can be shared with coaches for sports eligibility. I talked about the academic support on Fridays. And then also, we just have a great relationship with Mesa Public Schools. And like we said before, there's a counselor on each of the high school campuses. I'm going to show you their names. So these are the ECA counselors on your high school campus. If you're considering this program, I recommend that you check in with them just to make sure everything's good, that you're on track for graduation. The slides I skipped over, I think we've covered all of that. The one thing is senior year, we are hopeful that once we're at return to campus in the spring, that we may be able to extend internship opportunities to the students in the program. Our business department is eager to participate and help students in that way. So I'll stop sharing again and answer questions. Okay, there's roughly 25, I think, right? About 25 in a cohort would be accepted into the program. And so we have the returning juniors and seniors, and then the students that we're accepting now are joining the current cohort. And the sophomore cohort is our new one. Another benefit to either dual or concurrent enrollment is that once you apply and you're enrolled into a college class, you are an MCC student, which means you have access to all of the services the college provides: tutoring services, library resources, fitness, student life. You have access to all of those resources as an MCC student. Any other questions? Okay, so in regard to, someone's asking, are the students taking classes with the college students? We built the program to be cohort based. So absolutely sophomore year, they're just with the high school students. And the students can stay with their cohort for the full 3 years. There are some times when a student will have changes or nuances in their schedule to align to their either college plan or their high school graduation. And then they may be in a class with college students. But really, the program was designed to be a cohort model so that the high school students are together, but they're on the college campus. Monica, do you want to answer that question? Can it be a dean or a dean of students or the counselor who could do the recommendation?
And I was typing it in, but actually the reason why we recommend a teacher is because part of the recommendation form also talks about their academics and how in classroom, when they're in a classroom setting, their interactions and I mean, that's one of the reasons why we really are very strong in having just a teacher submitted those recommendation forms.
Kimberly, your question was about student not needing fine art or PE. Would I suggest waiting till junior year? I would say, honestly, those two classes, so that intro to, it's the computer information systems, and then the SW 250. So CIS 105, that computer class, it is embedded in so many degrees for the college that it is incredibly advantageous for you to take that class. And if your student already has the fine art or PE, the high school counselor can just apply it as an elective credit. I don't know offhand how many elective students need. I think, is it 6, Lisa? How many elective credits do students need to graduate high school?
Hi, that is correct. So six elective credits, which would translate to 12 one semester elective classes. So you know, students, everything students are going to be doing through the Early College Academy program definitely has value, huge value, and can be applied to electives or fine or practical arts credits. And yeah, there's definitely elective credits that are needed.
Okay, that's great. So I would say I would encourage you to still consider sophomore year. I just think those are some critical courses. So that CIS 105, COM 100 is also required in almost all of our degrees and certificates. So those are critical. Those are the sophomore year. And that SW 250 class, it may sound like, may not be appealing, you know, when I say a mindfulness for stress management, but we've learned it's been really good for the kids, especially with what everybody has endured in the past year. It really is a good course for them to be taking. If a student joins their junior year, do they go straight to the grade 11 classes? Yes. So they would jump in with that cohort. So if you are currently a sophomore and you want to start next year, you would be joining the junior cohort. So you'd be working on junior English, and I don't remember what the other thing is. Those are the courses you would be working on junior year. I'll go back and look. I'm going to cheat. Junior year, you'd be working on junior English and then your American history requirements. Are we excited? I hope we're excited. I think this is such a phenomenal opportunity. And students, if this is something that's piquing your interest and you have a friend who is interested in college, who could be your ally during this program, maybe tell them about it. It would be wonderful, you know, to have motivation and a peer to go through the program with you. What's the list of classes offered? Is there a link? So the list of classes I posted here, there's a link in the chat. Ah, that's not very good. I don't think I'm sharing anymore. So in this chat stream, I'm going to pull this up again. The flyers are probably the easiest way to look at this. So here's the classes for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So we'll just show the sophomore one again. This is what it looks like for 3 years. So these are the 4 classes you're taking sophomore year, your 4 classes junior year, and then you take 3 classes senior year because a lab science is 4 credits, and those 4 credits transfer as 1 full high school credit. So that's why that one is just a single class. This is what it looks like for sophomores over the 3 years, and then how it's applied to the high school. Again, if you've already fulfilled these requirements, these could be just applied as an elective credit for high school graduation requirements. And there was a chat about the website. Yes, there is a website. I chatted that earlier. So mesacc.edu. And I'm going to chat it again. I'm not going to read that URL to you. You can access the information on the website. Okay. Let's see. What is the class list? I sent those. Okay, so question that Melissa just asked me about Mountain View. This program is only offered to students at Mountain View, Skyline, and Red Mountain. Those are the 3 high schools that that are typically get on the bus and they come to the Red Mountain campus and take the classes together. The students are mixed. So Red Mountain, Skyline, and Mountain View students are mixed in classes. This fall, you'll be taking the classes live online. And during that time, you will most likely be with students from one of those other high schools. So we do mix the cohorts among the students that apply. And remember, the classes you're taking college classes. So they're not Mountain View classes, they're college classes that are applied to high school graduation requirements. Anything else? Any other questions? The website, could parents drop off the kids at the college and let the students take the, yes, absolutely. So if you have transportation and you want to take your child to the college and drop them off in the morning, you can do that. And then the bus will be transporting all the students back, so they're welcome to get on the bus to transport back. We had students who were driving at the end of the spring semester, and they drove themselves to the college campus. So that's an option as well. I'm going to pass the payment question on to Monica. That's her territory.
Sure. Thanks, Megan. Let me give you an example. I registered our students for this spring in December before they went on break, and they had to pay in February. So roughly around 2 months after they get that registration form, we allow them. And then we also, as a courtesy, will put a hole in their accounts in order for their courses not to get dropped while we are processing the third-party billing with Mesa Public Schools. Or if they earn the Maricopa grant, it also takes a while for that to process. So it's something that we can work on. You also have an option if you do not qualify for the Maricopa grant to go into a payment plan, if you would like to do that.
Yeah, because you're looking at, if you're not qualifying for the Maricopa grant, you're looking at 35 times 6 plus 15. You're looking at 225 would be the tuition costs for the fall semester. So 225 each semester if it's a student that doesn't qualify for the Maricopa grant. So that's the out-of-pocket cost. And like Monica was saying, you can use a payment plan for that 225. Melissa, in regard to the cohort size. So currently you're looking at 25 students in each cohort, 25 sophomores, 25 juniors, 25 seniors. And those students come from 3 different high schools. MPS is invested and committed to this program, and they want to grow the program. So if we have enough applicants to fill two classes of sophomores, then we're going to fill 2 classes. But currently we have 1 sophomore, 1 junior, 1 senior class. Absolutely. You would know if your child was accepted in the program before payment was due. Students would only be enrolled into the classes if they were accepted into the program. And Monica just chatted that the letters of acceptance would go out on April 5th.
And then just to clarify, and this is something that we usually don't address, but after they submit their application and the deadline again is March 29th, then we have a week to review, and then the letters go out of acceptance. For those students that were accepted in the program, there's another process that they have to follow in order for us to put them and register them actually in the college. They have to get admitted at the college level. So that's another process that we would work on, and all can be done online or in person. And that would be a separate for those that they will be attending the program or they have been accepted into the program.
I'm going to show you one more resource. This is on the Mesa website. We have a page for our Red Mountain campus. And, being a parent, I think the idea of my child being on the college campus, thinking of the spring semester, if you haven't visited that campus, I highly recommend that you and your student take a drive out there and look at the campus. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a small campus. There are 3 main buildings. And then there's another cluster of buildings, actually, that's part of our nursing, part of the nursing program there. The Red Mountain campus has a focus on allied health programs. So there's a thriving dental hygiene program. It actually has a 2-year wait. And then there's a nursing program out there. There's also, the campus is built around sustainability. So you'll notice that a lot of the desert wildlife is there, and all of the buildings were built using sustainable practices. It just is a really neat culture at that campus. It feels really just comfortable and small out there. So this website will give you a little bit more of an overview of what the Red Mountain campus is like. And here you can have a slideshow and check out the campus as well. It is absolutely beautiful, the facilities out there. And the wildlife, they've got lots of reptiles in the life science building. So it's a great space. I highly recommend it. The classes won't be weighted to calculate the GPA of the high school. Correct. The college courses are not calculated as weighted GPA classes. So again, you're going to need to determine, is that or is that not part of your college plan? So like Monica said before, the orientation, these sessions are recorded and they'll be posted on the website. Monica's contact information is on the website. Reach out if you have other questions. I'm going to chat your counselors' email addresses as well. I highly recommend that you reach out to them if you're going to commit to this program, just so that you know that you're on track for graduation. Let me chat these here. And this might not be your counselor, but these are the ECA designated counselors on the high school campus. So this is Mountain View High School is Catherine Norderpol. Red Mountain High School is Lisa, who's here with us, Lisa Sweet. And then we also have Cinnamon at the Skyline campus. Okay, I don't see any more questions. We're so happy that you're here joining us, and we would love for you to be a future Thunderbird, and consider this pipeline from your high school to the community college and then to the university. And maybe if university isn't your plan and you're interested in the career and technical, we have career and technical certificates, lots of them with incredible workforce demand. I was at a conference today for the it was a summit for jobs in Arizona, put on by Phoenix College. And there's the two or the highest demand areas in Arizona right now are nursing and cyber networking, cybersecurity. And we have those programs at the college. Those programs also are built, the nursing program is built that you can do it as a concurrent so that you're finishing up even the university components while you're at the high school, while you're on the college campus. And then that networking and cybersecurity, you can get a high paying secure job without the full degree, just with the certificates. So it's really something to think about. We're glad you're here. Have a lovely